Hey, we're here, Trisha. Welcome. Trisha hasn't been the online person for a while. Let me tell you, today is all about community and supporting your neighbors because we're doing Spider-Man. Trisha has been feeding all of us who were without power.
I was just happy I actually had power.
You had power? So she made this amazing pasta dish that my kids still talk about. I know. Well, and yesterday, Shannon, who you'll see is playing the violin, she and Roy smoked hundreds of chicken legs, and my almost 14-year-old just devoured them. They brought enough food for four, but apparently it was enough food for four or one teenage boy. So the Spider-Man is all about what happens when you live in isolation.
Right. And that we couldn't isolate during the storm.
Everybody
had to have
everyone. My spouse and I live on one of those streets, tree-lined, beautiful streets, but it meant every single neighbor was out at one.
You know what's impressed me the most is everybody I talk to say, you know what, somebody else has it worse than I do right now.
Yeah.
And that might be true, but that's not usually how people react.
Oh, yeah.
But everybody's saying, it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like, even, if you're not in Bloomington Normal, after all our trees came down, then we had flooding all night. And so anyone who has a basement experienced something. And some people, they just need to mop. That's all I need to do. Some people are still pumping water out.
Yeah, some people have 3 feet of water.
Yeah. So it's everywhere in between there. So if you just need to mop, now we have an old house, so all of our stuff is off. We don't have anything on the ground. Yeah. Well, have a great worship. Check in. Love you.
Sorry, I got to tune just a little bit here, just a hair. All right. Hey, welcome everybody. I can't talk and do musical things at the same time, I'm sorry. I'm glad to see you all here this morning. My name is Isaac, I use he, him pronouns, and I want to invite you to stand in body or spirit. We're going to sing as we get started here. Today we're talking about this newest Spider-Man film, and our music today, I think, hopefully reflects more of an inner monologue of that film. So I don't know if you've seen it, maybe you'll resonate. If not, they're just good songs too, so it's fine. Either way, here we go. I lost myself some time ago. If you see me, would you let me know? It's no good for man to be alone. What could be more true? Like the Lost Boys and Peter Pan, hold my face between your hands. Still you can't see who I am. I'll do the same for you. 'Cause I'm suffering from some memory loss. I got confused and I wandered off. Signals scrambled, lines across. All I hear is noise. Well, light and truth have been dispatched to come and find me where I'm at. They take my hand, lead me back to the mountain of my joy. To the mountain of my joy. At times I can't discern between me and what I'm underneath. Well, you might have to dig for me, and I might not want you to. Well, lately I've been learning how quickly I turn upside down, how easy I turn inside out. Remind me what is true, 'cause I'm living an unhuman life in inches deep and a mile wide. Oh, day by day losing my mind to the electronic glow. So take me back there, would you please, to working on my hands and knees, picking fruit and pulling weeds in the garden that I love. In the garden that I love, in the garden that I love. All right, here we go. Anchor me on something pure, fix my compass pointed north, set on what I'm looking for, the everlasting tree. And I will search until I find the city of divine design, where God Himself will be the light, the city of my peace, where God Himself will be the light, and the city of my peace. In the city of my peace. City of, in the city of, in the city of my peace. In the city of, in the city of, in the city of my peace. In the city of, in the city of, in the city of my peace.
Amen. You may be seated. Good morning, Hope Church. Good morning to those of you on Hope Digital. I am Jenny Edwards-Bertrand, pastor here. My pronouns are she, her, and how good it is to gather together. I know that there are probably some online who are in a basement still pumping water out, but I just want to say how much I appreciate the way that this community came together. My spouse, Ryan, works remotely and actually has before it was cool, like for a few decades, but he was with people all not in Bloomington Normal, and so when the branch fell and our power actually ripped out of our house and he heard all of this and he just said calmly, "Oh, it seems we've lost power." Then the people who don't live in Bloomington Normal were like, "Oh, just run to a Starbucks." And he was thinking, "Oh, you don't know the fresh Armageddon that's happening outside my home." He said, "I'm not sure that I'll be back." And of course he wasn't, because like many of you, he was out in the street with neighbors chopping down trees, making sure a street that was impassable. I know it was impassable because Kevin Maffett texted and said, "I can't get down your street." He was trying to get his parents back to their home. So the way that people all came together was just beautiful. And if those of you who are online, about 1/3 of Bloomington Normal was without power, and then I don't know how many had their basements flooded in the second weather event. So that means, 22,000 people didn't have power. That's a lot of people and businesses and hospitals and schools and such. What was so cool is the 66%, the 2/3 of you that kept power, took care of all of us. And I want to thank you for that. And then I also want you to know this, that our annual conference, which is, we're a United Methodist Church, and we're a part of a conglomeration of 500 or 600 churches. So we have some resources, when you do things together. And they said, hey, when communities have tragedies like this, we do have a little $5,000 grant that we get to churches, so then you can distribute it out to the community. So Hope will be getting, we have not gotten it yet, so we cannot distribute it until we have it, but is getting that. And here's what we want to do. That will create some $100 grocery gift cards. And for all of us that had that experience of, this was me last night, everything in the fridge going out to the curb, that can really be devastating for a lot of people to have to rebuy groceries after losing that. So, and even if it's not devastating, it's just a hit at the time where you're buying school supplies, or maybe you had other things. We're going to need your help getting these gift cards to the right people. It's not enough that we can shout it from the rooftops for the whole town, but it's enough that we can make a little impact. So I will send an email out and put it on our socials when we have access to those, and you guys are going to need to think, okay, who do I need to get this gift card to, okay? And if it is you that's like, I don't know how I'm going to refill my fridge right now. I used my grocery money and then threw it away. I want everyone to feel like, yeah, we get it. So as soon as we have those, we'll let you know. Deal? Deal? Okay. That was kind of weak. Deal? Okay, all right. And then the other thing I want to let you know is I got an email this morning from Coach Gillespie. She and her wife, Brittany, are with Brittany's parents, family, out of town this weekend. But she said the whole basketball team is here. And if people need help, she wants to know. So again, if there are basements that you need help with or limbs that you need help with, please communicate, and then we can get that word out, okay? All right. Deal?
Deal.
Romans 15 says this: we who are strong, we put up with the failings of the weak and not to please ourselves. And you hear that sometimes. It's like, I'm strong, you're weak. No, I have power and you don't have power. I have access to food and you don't have access to food right now. My basement is dry and your basement isn't dry. All of those things, all of the things. You had surgery and I didn't just have surgery. I can support you. You just went to a funeral and I didn't just go to a funeral, and we can support each other. This is what we hear. Each of us must please our neighbor for the good purpose of building up the neighbor. For Christ did not please himself, but as it is written, the insults of those who insult you have fallen on me. That's kind of like a mom would say. Ignore those people who are talking bad about you, and you support and love your neighbor, right? There's less written about this, about community coming together in Scripture, because in first century it would be like, duh. Of course the community comes together to support each other. That's how we live. But in 2026, we sometimes need that reminder, and we're going to get that reminder even in our sermon today. Will you pray with me our prayer statement? Dear God, as Hope Church, we pray that this is a place where absolutely everyone experiences God's love. We are a place of theological thought and conversation, and we are a community learning to live Christ-centered lives. Amen. Hey, I want to let you know, Thursday was supposed to be our Hope Digital podcast, and we made the call that we weren't going to try to do that in a space without electricity. That's harder to do a podcast without electricity. So we apologized. I think everyone in town probably knew. The shame is that our podcast goes out around country/world. So any of you hearing that, we're so sorry it didn't happen last Thursday. It will happen this Thursday. Let us continue to worship God.
And there we go. Hey, I want to invite you to stand in Body or Spirit again, and let's sing some songs about that community that we're a part of and want to be a part of. This is a very complicated song, so I want to just sing a part of it so that we can get it together, okay? Because I don't want you to be left out. but it is complicated, all right? So I just want to take that first chorus for a second. All right, here we go. It's like this. All I need is a good, good friend. It's very hard, all right? Can you do that? Here we go. All I need is a good, good friend. I guess you're better than I thought. Okay, all right, here we go. Life is so strange, you need a sense of humor. The maker is half caretaker and half joker. We are not broken ones, just shattered pieces of the same bright sun. I'm trying to figure out which way to run, and we can't do this alone. Here we go, all I need, and all I need is a good, good friend to get me through this. And all I need is a good, good friend to help me out when I'm burning down, when I'm all stressed out, when I'm underground. Life is a playground, but it takes a lot of work. So you better learn to love her, it will tear you apart. 'Cause in the end we are measured by the size of our heart, and we can't do this alone. Some of us are laughing, and some of us are choking. Some of us can't change till every bone's been broken. All the while the maker just sits there joking that you never really were alone. All I need is a good, good friend. And all I need is a good, good friend to get me through this. And all I need is a good, good friend to help me out when I'm burning down, when I'm all stressed out. Thank you for being around. Guess it really good. Thanks. All right, something a little bit different here.
Bind us together within your love. Bind us together within your holy love. As we share in our sorrows, we will share
there's truly one in your love, in your peace, your hope, in your joy. Bind us together as one in your love, in your peace, in your hope, in your joy. Bind us together as one.
Be seated.
We continue with our Hope at the Movies series, and today we are on Batman. And if you've been around Hope for a little while, you know.
You said Batman.
My God. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What I was going to say is we continue with Spider-Man, and right?
Yes.
And here's the deal. I would be fired if I tried to preach about Marvel, obviously. So I always get people who love it, and there are many of you. But today we get a special treat because we get one of our brand new junior high students, Finn Magnuson. Yeah. Sometimes here we talk about centering voices that aren't always heard or people who are marginalized. I think junior high students fit in that, but you love Marvel, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. And you guys haven't met Finn before, but Finn's parent plays the violin and other parent works at ISU. But today we get to celebrate you. And then Anish.
Hi.
Anish is here to make sure I don't say dumb things like Batman. Basically, right? Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to be able to see the clock. They have so many good things to say. So if it feels like I interrupt them and like get us moving on, I'm not trying to be rude. I just want you to hear these things. First of all, I don't understand this, but these Marvel movies keep breaking national and international money-making and viewing records.
Yes.
Like 7 million, billion, I don't know, billion?
Yep.
Billion
Yep.
dollars made.
Yep. Biggest opening weekend ever. In the history of
Yeah.
movies.
So if you're sitting there and thinking, I'm not really into this, no, you're alone. That everyone else, not only in this country, but it was internationally,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Finn, why in the world are people so into Marvel and this movie in particular?
Well, Marvel is just like a big thing that's like been around for like a while.
Apparently.
And probably specifically this movie is because like Spider-Man movies and like Marvel movies like don't happen very often. And so when one comes out, all the people that like Marvel are like, this. I have to see this.
Yeah.
Like as many times as possible.
So you think that's where part of the money comes from? People have seen it more than once. How many times have you seen it?
Just twice.
Just twice? Just twice. And that's probably only because of the storm, or it would have been more times.
Yeah, and and it's been since it was
2021?
2020. Yeah. The previous Spider-Man. So there was a lot of anticipation built up.
2021, which to us, we were like, oh, that was like yesterday. And we said, Finn, how old were you in 2021?
I was ending kindergarten, and
yeah, and we asked, so did you watch Marvel when you were ending kindergarten?
no.
Yeah. Looks at parents. No, did not. When did you get into it?
I was starting like third grade, so I was like 8.
Okay. Did you then catch up with these movies?
I
Kind
think,
of?
yeah.
All right. So we're going to talk about some key characters from this movie. There's so much that could be talked about. But first, we're going to talk about the friends of Peter Parker, which is, now I'm afraid I'm going to say Batman, is Spider-Man. And Anish, tell us a little bit about that 2021 movie that gets us caught up.
Yeah, so really quickly, Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and his
Spoiler.
He lost his parents very young and was raised by his aunt and uncle. And he lost his uncle just as he got his powers, and he probably could have prevented that had he been more focused on that. And so responsibility after that has always been key to the, with great power comes great responsibility, has always been his kind of motto. And then in the last movie, because of his connection to being Spider-Man, he loses his aunt, and also then because of lots of things that happen in the Marvel Universe that are confusing, we don't need to talk about them, but a spell is cast that has to be cast to save the world that makes everyone forget, not about Spider-Man, but about Peter Parker. So everybody forgets Peter Parker. Like, there's no record of him, there's no school records, there's no government records, he's in no one's memory, including his two best friends, Ned, who he's been friends with since childhood, and MJ, which he is his girlfriend and he met in high school, and they were very much loved and planning to go to MIT together the following year when they graduated.
I think we have a couple more. Just these three apparently were together all the time. And then when we get into this movie, what do we see?
We see that
Are they together? Are the three of them together?
No, the three of them are not together. Peter Parker is walking around alone, like on the streets of New York by himself, while his two friends are still friends, but have no memory of Peter Parker, like, joining their group. So,
and how does he know what's going on with them?
Because Peter...
Listen to this.
Because his best friend Ned has a social media account where he posts daily, basically, about him and MJ at MIT together.
Talk
doing
about social
stuff.
media jealousy. Peter Parker has to watch his best friend and his girlfriend through the social media account?
Yeah.
How does Peter respond to that?
Well, I think he, for one, is glad that they're in MIT,
Okay.
but then also he misses them. And wishes that they remember him still.
Yeah. How do you get a sense of how he feels in the midst of that?
In a way.
Would you like to share that?
Well, it's a movie, so really, I don't really.
Guys, it's a movie. When we shared what was your mom doing at this point?
At one point in the movie, which I'm not going to share because it's like it's kind of a spoiler. Peter kind of feels like really sad, and my mom at the Marcus Theaters, in like the like lounge seats, like all the way back, like flat, just goes.
Finn's like, it's a movie. Yeah. Anything else you want to share about this?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's basically pure isolation. It's so you see him go through in the kind of like the opening montage of the movie. You see his friends have gone all the way through MIT and are graduating and are celebrating graduation, and he is completely isolated. His only human contact is with a police officer through a phone, and it's anonymous. So he talks to her as Spider-Man, not as Peter Parker, and that's the only human contact he has. And that's been the last 3 years of his life.
Wow. And he couldn't even get into MIT because there were no records.
There was no records. He doesn't exist as far as everybody else is concerned.
Okay, so you got Spider-Man. Now, there is a character, and if you're super into the Marvel Universe, you may have known this character. Finn didn't necessarily know who this was, so this guy named Frank Castle. And Peter Parker is trying to save girlfriend and gets her in an apartment with Frank Castle because he's super protective, right? But
Yes.
what was your thought the first time you met Frank Castle? Because this dude looks, I mean, he doesn't look like the nurturing type, does he?
No.
What were you thinking when you met this character?
I did not trust him in any way.
You were even wondering if there was going to be at some point where you found out that he was a super bad guy, right?
Like, yeah, I thought it was gonna like turn and he was gonna just like, I don't know, just be the villain of the entire thing, and then that didn't happen at all.
Okay, so what was going on with him? Was he like, did he have friends and connections and whatever?
He did. It's kind of like Spider-Man, I think, because I don't know too much about this character. It's like he had like family and friends, and then he didn't anymore because I think something happened to them. I think they died, maybe. I don't know.
I can help a little with this. So Frank Castle, also known as the Punisher in Marvel Comics. So he's basically a walking poster for PTSD. He was in Special Forces and was very good at it, but did have traumatic experiences from that. But while that was happening, his family was killed by some organized crime. His wife and 2 children were killed by organized crime back in the U.S. while he was on deployment.
Wow.
And so he comes back, and he basically loses it for a while completely, and goes on a killing spree, and is trying to come around to being a hero, but doesn't understand really how to do that, and all his methods are very violent, and other heroes and Peter are trying to guide him into that, but he's very, very messed up, and probably the most self-aware of the heroes that he is messed up. He knows he's that, but he's isolated as well. He has no real friends. His family's all dead. He lives in a hidden compartment on a abandoned ship in the shipyards.
Oh, so when they went to the apartment, it wasn't like a nice upper Manhattan apartment.
No, it was a part of. It was a galley on a ship that he had kind of made into a
living
kind of
space.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay. Anything else you want to say about Frank Castle before we go to our next?
No, that pretty much just explains it all.
Yeah. Okay.
think.
So we met, not met, but we have Peter isolated, Frank Castle, PTSD, and alone. And then about halfway through the film, we meet a character named Jean Grey. And apparently this is a little bit of a spoiler. I guess Marvel did a really good job not telling anyone that she was going to be in this movie, and then you find out that she's there about halfway through, right?
Yeah, I think it's halfway through.
Okay, well, talk about her.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of a way to not give away any like big spoilers. But Jean Grey is a like young like girl who's like maybe like 16 or 17 or something, and can like jump into people's like minds and control them, and like go from like mind to mind of like people and like controlling them everywhere. And so that's what she does, really. Like that's her like special ability, I guess. But so like that's what she's been doing, because like Peter, she has been going through rough times, and is the only way that she's like dealing with that is like not being good and like destroying things, sort of.
Oh, so she's not making healthy choices.
No,
Is that how we say that in gentle parenting?
I don't think that the